Hello and welcome back to my channel. Coach Tony here, and man, do I have a powerful video for you today. In fact, I'm willing to bet that this video is going to change your life more than any other video you've ever watched. And prove me wrong in the comments below, but I'm here to tell you this is such a powerful idea. And if you apply what I'm going to teach you in this video here today, it's going to change your life forever. I'm telling you. I mark my words, okay? So man, I am vibing very high today. So I apologize for the amount of energy I might be giving off in this video, but just receive it, okay? Just take it in. I am in one of the best moods today, and I am just very blessed that you guys are watching my channel, and I hope you're getting lots of value from my videos. But even if you don't watch any other video, this one in particular is going to change a game for you. I guarantee it, okay? So let's jump right in. I'm super pumped about this. Let's start with the concept here. You will never get more than what you think you're worth. Okay, I'm going to say this again because it's so important to understand. You will never get more or higher than you think you're worth. Okay, so this video is all about self-worth and how to build it, how to increase it so that you can have, do, or be anything and get it, whatever you desire. If I ask one of my clients this question, right? And this has happened so many times. And I say, all right, well, what do you think you're worth? They'll actually go a little bit higher than they think they're worth, but it's not actually about just what you think you're worth. Really, the limiting factor is what you think others think you're worth. Okay, let me say that again. You will never get higher than what you think others think you're worth. Okay, this is getting a little bit deeper, right? But the idea is it's not just about you. It's about what others think of you and what you think others think of you. This is where this gets really cool. We're limitless here. And what I love about this concept is it applies in all areas of our life. It'll apply to making more money. It'll apply to relationships and your health. So in other words, whatever you believe you're worth in each of those areas is what is dictating what you're getting in each of those areas. Okay, so let me break it down even further here for you. We're going to start with money, and then we're going to get into relationships and health as well. I want you to have a very big, broad picture of how this applies. Okay, and so with money, the idea is the amount you're making right now is directly proportionate to and related to your self-worth. However, your self-worth is not just what you think you're worth. It's what you think others think you're worth. So we've got to start to incorporate the world or the marketplace, in this case, if we're going to make more money. Okay, so the idea, the very first question you can ask yourself is what I'm providing, the service or the product I'm providing the world or the marketplace, is it valuable? Do I believe it's valuable? And for what reasons? Like, what is my perceived value of the service I'm providing? Okay. Now, I got news for you guys. I believe I'm doing the highest value service possible because if you learn these concepts and you apply them, you can have, do, or be anything. A millionaire, a billionaire. You could be the strongest person alive. You can have the most loving relationship. You can have, do, or be anything that you desire. When you learn these concepts, to me, there isn't anything much more valuable than that. So I have done some work to increase my self-worth, and I truly believe what I have for you is infinitely valuable. And so you can't even put a price on it, quite honestly. And I want to share it with the world. I don't want to just help just a handful of people and just my one-on-one clients and just my group clients. I want to help everybody. I want everyone to know what they are capable of. And if you orient your mind in the right direction, man, the things you can accomplish. It's limitless. That's why I love what I do. So the idea here is for you. What do you believe is the value you're providing people? How valuable do you think you are? I'm going to give you actually 2 exercises on today's video, and I want you to promise that you're going to do them. Do them for yourself. Do it for yourself. This is going to help you level up in your life, actually, if you apply these concepts and do the exercises, okay? The very first one is you're going to write down what you think you are worth. Okay. And you could do this monetarily if you want to, by like the hour or by the week or by the month or by the year. What do you think, generally speaking, you're worth and why? Okay. And whatever it is that you do, whether it's a job or a business or, whatever service or product you're providing the world, I want you to rate it. How valuable do you think it is in comparison to everything else, everyone else? This is the question that you may not be asking yourself that's keeping you stuck. Because subliminally and subconsciously, you might think you're worth a lot until you enter the marketplace, until you enter the public's eye. And now you're like, oh, well, there's hundreds or thousands of other coaches doing exactly what I'm doing. What makes me different? Am I better than them or am I worse than them? And it keeps you stuck, right? Or if you're providing a product, like you're in a network marketing company, let's say, and you're providing a product and it's kind of higher priced and there's other products out there. There's, thousands of people doing it. All your friends are doing other businesses and all sorts of stuff. I want you to be authentically true to yourself. What do you think your product or service is worth right now and why? The next part of this exercise, and this is where we level up, is you got to sell yourself on yourself first. You've got to sell yourself on your product or service first if you're ever going to increase its value. And let me tell you, you get what you give. Whatever you're giving off is what you're receiving. So if you don't think your product is worth that much or your service is worth that much, then the world isn't going to think that either. The world is just a mirror reflection of what you are, and what you're thinking, and how you're being. And what's really powerful about this idea is you don't manifest and you don't get what you want. You manifest and you get what you are. So you could want anything you want, actually. That just implies that you don't currently have it, though. So that's not what you're attracting, in other words, because otherwise you'd have it, right? You get what you are. You get who you're being. You're going to receive based off of who you are showing up as in the world. Okay, and I'm going to transition away from money into relationships now. So if you're showing up with low self-confidence, low self-esteem, or low self-worth, your potential future significant other is going to certainly pick up on that energy that you're putting off. So the secret here is you've got to get there first. You've got to, the type of person that you want. Let's just say you're not in a relationship right now and you want a beautiful, loving, caring, funny individual. Whatever that is, make the list of whatever it is. What does your dream person look like? Okay. You're going to write that out. To the T. You can even describe exactly how their skin looks, what their hair looks like, if they even have hair, right? Whatever that looks like for you, it doesn't matter. There's infinite possibilities that exist. So the idea is whatever you want. There's someone out there that matches exactly what you desire. And they're likely a lot closer to you than you think they are. In fact, it's so funny because out of serendipities and coincidences, you could be on a trip across the world and meet your significant other who matches exactly what you're describing. And even though you live physically far away, energetically, you guys are a match. Okay, so how cool is that? So it doesn't matter how you're going to meet this individual. I just want you to write down, what does the individual look like? Okay, here's your work though. You have to match the frequency of that individual. If you want a fun, loving, caring, happy, funny individual, you've got to be all of those things or close to all of those things in order to match, in order to vibe, in order to attract that person in. You can't show up feeling less than and like, oh, everyone I meet is a loser or whatever. No, that's the energy you're giving off. That's who you're going to continue to meet, right? Again, this applies in all areas of our life. How you show up for your health is equally important. You're eating and exercising based off of the level of your self-worth, what you think you are worth. So you've got to increase your self-love, your self-appreciation, your self-compassion. You've got to increase your self-worth physically. You've got to love your physical body. So if right now you hate yourself, you hate the way you look, you've got to shift that right now. Okay, because again, if you hate the way you look, you're going to show up and contribute to that. You're not going to eat healthy. You're not going to exercise because you don't think you're worthy of it. So you've got to shift your self-image inside here. Your next job, the next part of this exercise is you've got to sell yourself on your self-worth, on what you're worth, on your value, right? So what I want you to do is come up with a list of all the things that make you special, unique, important, fun, exciting, whatever it is, okay? All the things you love about yourself, all the things you love in general. These are going to give you the insights and will help you build your self-worth. So try this exercise out. This is the very first one. I want to shift gears though a little bit because there's an even more powerful exercise you can do after this one. So the whole idea to exercise 1 is to sell yourself on a higher value and worth for yourself. Okay. So the idea is if you don't feel any better or more valuable after doing the exercise, keep going. Find more ideas. Find ways that you provide value to other people that you might not have been thinking about. The idea here is you should noticeably feel better and create a higher self-worth for yourself just from this one exercise alone. However, exercise number 2 is even more powerful, and I really am excited to teach you this. It's going to change the game for you, and I do this all the time for myself, and you're going to see why, actually. It's super valuable. So to quickly reiterate, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest who you are and who you're being. All right, so the idea is we want to figure out who are we being, and we've got to become somebody differently if we're going to attract in and receive any different results, quite honestly. So we've got to make the shift first, though, into who we are. Here's one of the first ways that you can tap into this and shift this for yourself very effectively. And it has to do with your self-dialogue. How are you talking to yourself? Okay, it doesn't matter how everyone else talks to you, by the way, unless you absorb what they're telling you and you believe into it, but you get what you accept, allow, and tolerate. So you don't have to accept, allow, and tolerate anybody's thoughts about you or behaviors towards you. You could stand up for yourself, actually, and that's kind of the very first thing you want to start doing in your life is the things people are telling you that don't match who you are, call them out on it, correct them, remind them, hey, that's not me, actually, this is me. All right, and this exercise I'm going to share with you right now is going to be incredibly powerful, and I really, really, really want you to do this for yourself. Please promise me you're going to try this out, and let me know what you think of it in the comments below, because it's very, very powerful, okay? So here's what you do. I want you to envision that you are your own coach or pep talker. I want you to imagine you're going to sit down with yourself for a huddle. Okay, it's just you, but you are actually going to be talking to yourself. Okay. And have you ever helped somebody go through something, right? And give advice to a friend or family member that's going through something tough, right? What would you tell that person if they're going through a tough time or if they're beating themselves up for whatever reason? You could start there. This is a good way to start because it'll help you understand how you should be talking to yourself and not beating yourself up, actually. Because what do we normally do, right? Human nature is we are our worst advocates. We beat ourselves up the worst, beyond everybody else, quite honestly. And so we've got to shift out of that idea. We've got to become our own best friend, our own coach, our own pep talker, our own belief creator, okay? So what you do is you sit down with yourself for a huddle. All right. And whatever area of life that you're trying to level up and whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever desire you're going for, goal you're going for, I want you to sit down and talk to yourself as if you have 1,000,000% belief in yourself and use words that describe this level of belief. Okay. So let me give you some examples here because the theory is it's hard to explain without giving examples. So the best way I can share this with you is to use myself as the example. And I'm going to share with you the tale of 2 coaches. And one coach was me previously, like a few years back. And then the other coach is me now. Okay. And what's the difference between me then and me now? Physically, I look pretty much identically the same. Maybe I'm a little bit stronger, maybe a little bit bigger, but I didn't shift much physically because I didn't really want to. The idea, though, is I've shifted massively here, mindset-wise and energetically wise, right? And so here's the difference. Before, I never showed up for myself. I wasn't my own best friend. I was my own worst enemy, actually. I'd beat myself up if I didn't get the result I wanted, and I didn't do things the way I thought I should have done them. And I would just beat myself up if I didn't reach my monetary goal in my business or, get to a certain amount of clients or whatever at that time in my life. Whatever that was, I'd sit there and beat myself up. And what happened for many years, a few years, right, at least, I stayed, generally speaking, getting the same types of results. Okay. It wasn't until I made the shift and I actually became my own best friend, my own coach, my own pep talker, my own Mick, right? For Rocky. And I became that person for me, my own best friend. I am my belief creator for myself, actually. So if I didn't think I can do something, how would I talk to a friend? That's the very first kind of leg into this exercise. Okay. How would you tell your friend? What would you tell your friend in the same scenario? Of course you can do it. I believe in you. You got this. You can do it. You can do be anything. You're the man. You're the best. You're the woman. You rock. You're amazing. You are limitless. You are crushing it. You are crushing it. Let's go out there. Let's do this. You've got this. You can do this. If you can do this exercise for a few minutes a day, this physically raises your vibration. And now you come out of this exercise feeling noticeably better. Okay. And there's a bonus you could do along with it that'll even reinforce it even deeper. So I want you to stand up to do this exercise and be in a power pose for yourself. And it could be where you are standing nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart, and then you just have your hands to your side like this. And you are the leader of your life and of yourself. Okay. Another power pose, boom, like the Hulk pose, right? Another one's just the Rocky winning pose. Okay. I want you just to get into a power pose for yourself. And it could even just be like this, right? You could just, hey, I'm leading, I'm confident, right? A confident pose. Okay. And if you look in a mirror, it's even more powerful because now you can talk to yourself directly. And you say, you're doing awesome. You're amazing. You could do this. I'm so proud of you. Only limitless, empowered thoughts. And what's even more powerful is you can actually record yourself doing this and then play it back for yourself so that when you are in a funk later on, like tomorrow or next week or next month or whatever, you can just replay that one pep talk for yourself and it'll just help you remind yourself, right? So that's another powerful way to use this as well. But the thing I recommend you do is talk to yourself real time, because that's how you know your current state of self-worth and self-being is what you're communicating right now, right? So if you can just practice as if you're talking to your best friend, but talk to yourself. You're with yourself all the time, 24/7. You might as well be your best friend. You might as well love yourself. You might as well love every aspect of yourself and be proud of yourself. You might as well be your own dad or mom or big brother or big sister figure or coach or pep talker, right? You might as well be your own advocate. And I'm going to give you a list of affirmations in the descriptions below just to help you get started. And feel free to modify that list, like download a copy of it and modify it for yourself so that you can actually use that as a guide when you're first getting started with this. But let me tell you, the very first thing that needs a shift is your self-talk and your self-dialogue. It's got to be empowering. If you're going to ever level up in your life, it starts with you. You need to level up first before anyone else is going to level up to match you and to give you what it is that you desire. And it starts with your self-talk. So I hope this makes sense to you and resonates with you. And I hope it is enlightening you, because when you shift the way you're talking to yourself, man, is that going to shift things in your life like never before. People are going to pick up on your own self-confidence, and it's self-created, actually. How cool is that, right? You really are a limitless being here. And I want to help teach you how to step into that version of yourself, okay? But when you level this up, oh my goodness, the world is going to notice, I promise you, okay? So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm super jazzed up. I haven't even worked out. I haven't even eaten yet. I haven't done anything yet today. I was just so excited to share this with you guys. And I'm very blessed to be able to share this knowledge with you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're only going to be getting better and better and better. And as there's millions of things I want to share with you guys. So definitely stay tuned. It's going to help serve you amazingly well in your life, okay? With that, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.